Hmm. Ini pakai absen nggak sih? Lu pernah ngerasa ngisi absen nggak? Paling gue tinggalin sih. Nggak ada ya?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NUNI International Seminar Series 9 with the theme of Smart Hustle, using AI, ethical business, and financial wisdom to build a sustainable career. My name is Clarissa Wijaya as your beloved master of the ceremony today. In this great opportunity, I also want to welcome Professor Budi Widyanarko as the head of NUNI, all of the NUNI's committee and NUNI's liaison officer. Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Sanusi Asmi from University Technical Malaysia Melaka, Malaysia as our speaker. Dr. Yeni Sari as the Director of the Directorate of Institutional Cooperation, University of Surabaya, and all of the participants today. I believe that today is a happy day for us because we will gain a lot of new insight from our remarkable speaker. After the presentation of the speaker, there's question and answer session for you guys who wanna ask a question. And do not forget to get your exit ticket information to get a certificate before the end of today's event. Enggak, sebelumnya tadi yang slide kedua. Slide kedua. Nah, by the way, guys, as a student, I realized that AI is a great tool to make our life easier. And I believe all of you feel the same. Fortunately, we hold a very interesting topic today about this, which is the impact of AI on efficiency and productivity of learning process. As I mentioned before, our speaker today is Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Sanusi Asmi from Malaysia. But he won't be alone because we have Mr. Edi Purwanto, M.Eng, SC from University of Surabaya as our great moderator today. But before we will go further, let me read the rules of today's seminar. First of all, please mute the Zoom audio during speaker's presentation. Right now, please change your Zoom display name to institution_student or lecturer ID or public if you are not from the university party, _full name. For the question and answer, if you have a question, please drop it in the chat box or using raise hand feature, then open the mic. And before the event ends, please submit the exit ticket form to get a certificate. Last but not least, all sessions will be recorded for documentation purposes. And for those who can join with us in the Zoom because of the maximum slot of participants, we also have a YouTube link that you can access in the chat box. So, before starting the main session of today's event, let's hear words from Dr. Yeni Sari as the Director of the Directorate of Institutional Cooperation, University of Surabaya. To Dr. Yeni, this session is yours.
Thank you. Can you hear my voice now? Okay. Thank you, Clarissa, for our MC today. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of University of Surabaya or Ubaya as the host today, it is our great pleasure to welcome all of you to today's seminar in NUNI International Seminar. Whether you are joining from near or far, from domestic students in Indonesia, from university members of NUNI. If we see the flyer, there are several members that join for today's sessions. Welcome students from BINUS, UII, Atmajaya, Sugija Pranata Catholic University, Maranatha, Petra, and our domestic local student, Universitas Surabaya. And also welcome for overseas students from countries of our partners. I'm Yeni Sari, as Clarissa mentioned. I'm the Director of Institutional Corporations of Ubaya. So Ubaya, or people known as University of Surabaya, is one of the private university in Surabaya recently is awarded by the Indonesian government as the best private university for Science and Technology Index, and also the private university with the best cooperation with the industry. Ubaya, as a member of NUNI, we fully support the NUNI International Seminar Series and invite our distinguished overseas partner as the speaker. Today, we are truly delighted to have Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Sanusi Asni. Dr. Sanusi, thank you so much from University Technical Malaysia, Melaka,
Okay.
to deliver the speech entitled The Impact of AI on the Productivity of the Learning Process. Thank you, Dr. Sanusi, for your ability to share the insight with us. And our goal today is simple: to provide insights, meaningful discussions, and we wish that we can leave you practical takeaways which you can apply in your own learning process, work, or life. Once again, thank you for joining us. Also, thanks to the committee, organizing team who have worked diligently to make this event possible, and also for the moderator. So, not waiting too long, let's dive into the today's sessions. Thank you, Clarissa.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jenny, for the speech. Okay, so we finally come to the main of the event. As I mentioned before, this seminar will be accompanied by the moderator today. It is Mr. Edi Purwanto, M.Eng, SC. He took a bachelor degree from Chemical Engineering Department from 10 November, Institute of Technology, Surabaya, and continued his master's degree of Engineering Science, School of Chemical Engineering in University of Adelaide, Australia. Not only that, he also has several fantastic working experiences, such as head of polymer and membrane laboratory, Chemical Engineering Department, University of Surabaya, and now he's a lecturer in Chemical Engineering Department and manager of National Affairs of Director of Institutional Cooperation in University of Surabaya. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Eddie. This session is yours.
Yes. Thank you, Clarissa, for introducing me to the participant. Okay, good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, and then our speakers, Professor Sanusi, and also all participants that join in this seminar session. This is the last day for the series seminar conducted by NUNI. And it is a great honor and pleasure for me to welcome you to this seminar on the topic for the impact of AI on efficiency and productivity of the learning process. Yes, as Clarissa mentioned, my name is Edi Purwanto and I will be serving as your moderator for this insightful session. And as we all know, the artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming the various aspects of our lives, and education is no exception. From personalized learning system to intelligent tutoring, AI is not only reshaping how students learn, but also how educators teach. And this seminar aims to explore the extent to which AI enhances the efficiency and productivity of learning, and also to critically examine its challenges. So today we are fortunate to have with us Professor Sanusi that will share their knowledge, research, and the real world experience related to the AI in education. And I encourage everyone to actively engage for ask question and make the most this opportunity for collaborative learning. Before we start the presentation, I would like to introduce Professor Dr. Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Sanusi Asmi. He is the Associate Professor in the Department of Software Engineering, Faculty of Information and Communication Technology, University Technical Malaysia Melaka (UTEM), and he obtained bachelor's, master, PhD degrees from University Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM in 2000, 2003, and 2013 for the PhD degrees. He is a pioneer researcher in Malaysia in the field of digital image identification and verification of the Mushaf Al-Quran. And he also involved in digital Jawi paleography research. I think this related for the uh, Jawa Island maybe, yeah. He actively contributes to the field of feature extraction and has proposed new technique based on geometric features used in digit and Arabic-based handwritten documents. And this contribution has resulted in numerous publications, produced postgraduate students, and he won various competitions at the at the international and UTEM levels. Next slide. Yeah, before this slide. Professor Sanusi has held several administration positions, such as head of the Department of Software Engineering and director of the UTEM Sports Center, and also as the dean of FTMK. And he actively published paper with Scopus Index 10, wow, and a total Google Scholar Index of 15, and also very active in the field of writing. He has produced 84 publications and 7 practical modules, and also active in research, having obtained 17 grants totaling about 6 million ringgit Malaysia. He has supervised 12 postgraduate students, 10 of whom have graduated, and 6 PhD students have completed their studies under his supervision, and 3 master students under his main supervision have also successfully completed their studies. So if the students want to be postgraduate student supervised by Professor Sanusi, please just apply to Professor Sanusi, I think. And Professor Sanusi, the commitment he has given has enabled him to obtain 10 intellectual properties, 12 research innovation medals, and 2 excellent service award. And his motivation is, we made it, surely it can be solved, and just move, it is solved. Yeah, this nice motivation for us. Okay, for the next session, we have about 50 minutes for Professor Sanusi for deliver the presentation, and then after that, we have 20 minutes for the discussion session. I recommend you, if you have a question, maybe you can write your question in the chat box. So I am, as moderator, will read the question and deliver to Prof. Sanusi. And then Prof. Sanusi, for the next maximum 50 minutes, time is yours. Please come, Professor Sanusi.
Thank you, Bapak Edi. Thank you to Kalisa, Ibu Yeni, Bapak Edi, and all to participants from the NUNI International Seminar Series 9. My name, wait, I just want to share my slide first. Where is the screen? Okay. All right. I want to make the one is, okay. Can you see my slide? Okay. My name is Muhammad Sanusi Azmi. Currently, I am the Dean of FTMK. And currently, I am the Dean of the FTMK. UTEM is the University Technical Malaysia Melaka under the Malaysia Technical University Network. That is a focus university. Our niche area is in ICT and advanced manufacturing. So today I would like to share my experience, knowledge of AI with the title of the impact of AI. I want to share my view on the impact of AI on efficiency and productivity of learning process with my experience starting from 2003 until now. First, this is the field of AI. When we talk about AI as academician, when we talk about AI, something that we need to differ from the common people. They know, oh, so you can do this one, that is AI. But for the academician, not only for the computer science, it must be from other fields like business, engineering, and so on. We have to know the AI, the domain of AI. There are computer visions. Like my study is in recognition, in the computer vision recognition. There are motion analysis, skin reconstruction, and image restoration. They are robotic. They are now is in the debate in 2025, when we can see the robotic take place the human jobs, like in China. So in the marathon as well, we have the robot that can do the marathon and so on. So natural language processing that normally used for text and so on, and also for the what we are generative AI, automatic planning and scheduling, optimization, the component of AI, and the machine learning. That are some sort of AI. And then we are the person in this era. We need to know in not in the surface layer, at least for second and third layer of AI. This is the example. Okay. Xiaomi in this new 100% automatic. Yeah. Xiaomi now, Xiaomi, they have a new dark factory on the AI. Means that they can produce and they can produce AI. And they can produce every car for every 7 seconds and so on. They can produce. All right. Okay. They can produce car faster than by using the human. And then the second one is China first robot marathon runner trip. This is we can see on the YouTube from the Bloomberg television. That is an eye open for us. And this is eye open for us. How AI can produce a lot of efficiency, productivity, and so on. From the founder of ChatGPT, Sam Altman said, nowadays it's not about okay? When we have the AI, this is, let's say we know about this one, AI and this one. The person that are required in industry is the person that, because AI already take some job that human can do. Most of them is proofreading and so on. So what the role of people? What the role of human? Sam Altman said, now we need another level of intellectual of the people. We need to be able to connecting the dots, and connecting the knowledge and the knowledge. This knowledge of AI and this knowledge AI, we are connecting the knowledge. That is the role of us now in this era. Because if you want to write an essay, AI can do it for you. But what is the role for the humans? Means that human need to interrupt to make sure that is correct, that is, and then a lot. Because as we know, AI, there are a lot of hallucination. What is a hallucination? If we have, let's say, I'll give you an example. There are three lines. There are three lines. So, can you imagine? There are three straight lines connected each other. Then we can things. That is hallucination. Means that we can vision that one is a triangle. Some hallucination is correct, but once we what we call is we do not supply the sensory, the neuron, the sensory information, then the computer itself, the AI itself start to interpret without many inputs. Then we can get some sort of bias and so on. Okay. So this is what we call it in this one. China unveiled world first AI powered hospital. You can click the link. This is a video because I make it on the Canva and so on. So China first AI hospital. I saw the video. Then they can do the operation. They put what we call is eggs. They peel the eggs, the eggs by using that one. The accuracy is very high compared to the human. And also, one car every 76 seconds inside Zenny Smart Super Factory. It's a dark factory. And we can produce mass production by using the AI. But when the AI come from the November 2023, okay, actually AI started a long time ago on the 60s when McCarthy introduced that AI. Okay, but it became the debate when 1996, 1995 and 1996 when Deep Blue beat Gary Kasparov on the chess. Then people worry about AI. Oh, AI can beat people, human, and so on. But later we forgot everything. But starting from November 2023, there will become a very big issue, especially for the education system. People can say the assignment, we just upload the assignment in the chat GPT or DeepSeek and so on, you can get the answer all of the question of assignment. This is the problem that we occur now. But we cannot ignore the AI because AI can make the country, can make us faster moving. We move faster. Actually, when we get something, previously when I use Excel, I want to go to formula. I want to go to formula. I need to go to find the formula and study. But when I formula to calculate this measurement with the formula and then to the chat GPT, and I get the formula itself, and then I copy paste to the Excel and so on, and it's much more faster. And then there are a data in the PDF or Word. I want to extract data with the text. I want to set the sum value of total number of what the generative AI made it faster compared to the calculator. We can save a lot of time. But at the same time, when we did this, we need to verify the data before we submit to our boss and so on. That I some of the data I think that is not correct because of missing one value and so on. But it helped us a lot. This is what happened to China. It's from the copycat nation to innovation hub and world leading technology. Last year, I went to China. China, they introduced 996 work work rules and so on. Night is what? 9 morning to 9 evening. 9 p.m. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then what is 6? 6 is 6 hour a week. That is the China. Because of what? They want, this is work habit that apply in China and so on. They copy. Actually, in 2011, if I'm not mistaken, Elon Musk say, do you see NBYD? They about the BYD, bring your dream. Nowadays, brings your dream. BYD car is everywhere, and people love to use the car from the China. Okay, and then China is rapidly becoming a leading innovator in advanced industry. Actually, they are not the technology maker. They copy, they innovate, and they lead. Copy, innovate, lead. This is the China. And then nowadays, actually for IT and information services, okay, leading by the US. Okay, IT, computer and electronic, China. Chemical, by actually Bapak Eddie is good in expert in chemical, but the leading is China. Machinery and equipment, China. Motor vehicle, China. Basic metal, China, and so on. Pharmaceutical, okay, that one is US. Electrical equipment, China. Other transportation, USA. Composite Hamilton Index, China. This is what happened in the based on the Hamilton Index Industry Leaders 2022. This is 2022, not 2025. In 2025, I believe they lead many other domains in the industry. Okay, when we talk about AI, there are some television series in the United States. The Jackson correctly predicted video call, flat screen TV, cell phone, 3D printing, and smartwatch. All technology that were unbelievable in 1962 that yet were ambitious. However, there is one technology that we have entirely failed to create, one specific that has not yet become to fruition, the autonomous robot named Rosie. But to 2024 and 2025, I read this book. Okay, this is the book of what I read. Okay, A Brief History of Intelligence. Okay, but now we already have Rosie, and we already have Rosie, in our life. Okay, so this is I highlight what the content of the books self. Okay, the Jackson Corey predicted the video calls, and this one from this book is a very good book to read on the evaluation of history of AI, how the AI started, what is the neuron, what is they explain the hallucination of AI, they explain of the comparison between GPT-3, GPT-4, and so on. It's very good book. Okay, conventional. This is my time. Study in university. First, library, book, assignment, class. Library, book, assignment, class. That is what happened in the university. But nowadays, in primary school, in the secondary school, we change many things. Okay, previously I was the chairman of the parents group in my secondary school. What we did is we provide the smart television at class, and we provide the information at the second. And then my boy in the secondary school, okay, in order to enroll to the university, parent must provide iPad. There is no textbook. The textbook is iPad. Okay, so that the textbook is iPad. Must use the iPad in the class and so on. So nowadays there are a lot change on the system, the assignment and so on. Many goes to the book online, and so on. Okay, so what happened to the library? So library, they redefine the function of the library. Instead of they provide the physical book, nowadays they provide the online books and journal and so on. Books, for me, I actually I need a physical book, and then for the programming part, for the story book, I need a physical book. But for the programming part, I love to read from the ebook and so on because I can highlight and so on. But for the story and so on, I like to the conventional books because of there is migration between the my time to the now the era. Okay, weaknesses of the traditional book, overloaded with text. Now there are words that are really used in our daily life. You can see some book in written by the UK authors and American authors. They use their words. Sometimes the best author, they try to make it normal words. Some they are using the bombastic word that are very difficult for us. Okay, when I work in the university, when I enter the university, we start to use English book. It's very difficult for me actually because in the secondary school and the primary school we learn in our own language in Bahasa Melayu. But in the university we need to use, although I study in Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia in Bahasa Melayu, but all the reference is in English. So very difficult. Okay. Because we are not really read the English book that by that time. And then we need to open the physical dictionary. And by the time there is no Merriam-Webster, no Oxford online and so on, we need to open to understand the word and so on. And then the programming book, they provide the code snippet partially truncated, but they are not provide the solution and so on. And then the fourth one is not simple and not direct. It's not portable, and find this inside the challenge. If we go the ebook, it's easy for us and so on. Okay. Why? AI. We can study. We can enhance the productivity of our study by using the AI. First, instant and interactive answer. Dynamic, up-to-date, personalized learning, hands-on coding support, multimodal assistant. They can provide the audio, video, picture, and so on. Problem-specific help, and then 24/7 accessibility. Okay, that is the example. Okay, I take from some book. I provide the links where I take the books. Okay, at the bottom, you can see this one. First, truncated, no solution, and then full of text. Full of text. Okay. And that one is not too many color lah, that one. See? And that is, you see, there are a lot of not the complete short code that can help me. When I study in UKM, by the time I'm not very good in programming. You know why? First, because of this type of presentation of books. I still remember my lecturer. His name is Professor Dr. Azizi Abdullah. He told me, Sanusi, you go to the book Kuala Lumpur Book Affair and then find the books written by the Indian publisher, India. So I go to the book fair. The book's very cheap. It's around 6 ringgit, 11 ringgit, 12 ringgit, and then the paper is the newspaper paper. It's very, very, very cheap paper and so on. But the explanation is superb. First, straightforward. They don't put the paragraph. Maximum three paragraph and so on. Okay. And then they give the concept, the programming, the sample of programming, and the output and explanation. I study from there. Oh, it's very easy. And then from there, my programming skill exponentially increase. That is okay because of in order to good in study, we have to find our own way. From person A and person B, in different way. maybe the A is good by reading the English book, but for me, I prefer to very simple and straightforward in order to make me good in programming. Okay, I studied, very difficult lah, very difficult. After 2 and 3 pages, I feel sleep and so on, and then I try to compile. I don't have motivation to test the code in this book example, because of for sure cannot be run, because it's not a complete book. Then I go to case study 1 using generative AI to learn programming concept. This is I just type 1 easy. I don't want to teach about the from AI and so on. Java inheritance. What I give, this is from ChatGPT. Sorry, because I know there are various people, various students from the various field. But if you find very simple, there is a one class can inherit the properties and behavior. So they will give the 3 point, extend keyword, single inheritance, constructor, and that one. After that, they give the code. And this code is with the output. Then you can run. And with some assist of your lecturer, because of this one, they are 1, 2, and 3 classes. We need to create 3 classes and three classes, and then we need to compile all the classes and run one class, means the class main. Okay. So you get the output, and then the advantage of inheritance, reusability, external, and so on. You can learn. This is the way. Wow. Compared to this one. Compared to this one, this is conventional approach. At my time, how this can increase the knowledge of student? Very slow. To finish one paragraph will make you feel boring. And then this is easy. Very straightforward with example, output, and advantage of the knowledge itself. And then I use this one. And the second time, I type. Java inheritance. Then they give us another example. Because they already provide the previous example, then they enhance your knowledge step by step in order to make sure you understand a lot. So this is a concept to promote the code reusability and so on. Can be happen to others. And that is I'm using the DeepSeek. Same thing in DeepSeek. Okay. What is the basic concept? What is the syntax? What are the type? What are key features? Example. And then what the important points? I copy this one. I run. Alhamdulillah, there is no problem at all in order to study programming. I have one of my very close friend. My friend is I have 3 during my master. I have 2. My friends study master in UKM. One is from both 2 are from engineering. One is from the University of, I forget. The other one is from ITB. His name is Sharif. Okay, he's very good in programming. Although he is from the civil, but he can write a lot of programming and so on. From this one. So programming itself is not from other part. Not for the computer science. Everybody can learn. Everybody can learn and so on in order to enhance the productivity. So, Max Banner asked GPT to complete the following sentence. It's a difference between GPT-3 and GPT-4. I am in my windowless basement and I look toward the sky and I see. GPT-3 said, a light and I know it is a star and I am happy. A light and I know it is a star and I am happy. That is hallucination. That is hallucination because it's not proper input and so on. In reality, you look upward in the basement, you will not see star. you see ceiling. So never language model like GPT-4 did in 2023 successfully answer common sense question like this generic accuracy. So GPT released in 2023 can currently answer many questions that be quick with GPT-3, and yet still, as we see in the GPT-4, fail to capture essential features of human intelligence about something going on in this human brain. Okay, there are some generative AI, they have their limitation. Means that they just mentioned the data is from December 2024 only until 2024. So means that after January and upward, the data is not available. Sorry, the screen is not very okay. So now is I want to share about how to avoid AI data in writing as an academician. As an academician or as a student in the university and so on, sometimes we need to submit the assignment. So once PhD student meet me, they told me about using AI. So I told him one thing. Your thesis is something that is more valuable than other of your property. Your thesis. And then your journal writing, conference paper, something that is more, that is priceless. That is your dignity. That is your work and so on. Don't make any mistake. Okay? In order to publish the paper or thesis. If you are using AI 100%, it's not your data. Okay? The problem is people will know later. Okay, I want to share about the experience because of means that we must use the AI. Must, for me, is must. But the data itself, the word and so on, must be your work. That one is something that we need to know. Okay, so on the writing paper and so on, problem with language, formulation as well. They are from village and so on. The assignments are all in English. But nowadays, problem with lecture when read the assignment without the help of AI, that the is a nightmare because of the grammar, the word and so on. Sometimes that make you feel wow, very tired to understand, very tired to understand, very tired to understand. So what I did to my student, if you know you cannot in this era, there supposed to be no grammar error, no vocabulary errors and so on. You write, you correct using AI. You correct the grammar using AI. Or sometimes you can write in your bahasa, in bahasa Indonesia, right? In the bahasa Indonesia, translate to English. Translate to English. But the content inside is yours. And then when people read, your work is very easy to understand. But the important thing is those who read your this one, either you are good, but when you read it's not very correct grammar, they can lead to misinterpretation. It can lead to misinterpretation. Problem with language solved by AI. Reference you can solve by AI. Similarity you can solve by AI, and so they're not yet started. This is a problem. So now, don't worry. You want to submit English, write your own language, translate using AI. Or you write in English, correct grammar. Correct grammar. Then they will correct the grammar for you. And then they can, and so on. But if you give point, construct the one paragraph for you, that one is not good. And that one is not good. Because of when you go to Turnitin, they will detect the AI. Okay, this is where to start, how to write, how to look scientific, when to stop. Okay, they want to share. Okay, this is paper. Yeah, this is a paper. Okay. Okay, this is the paper of, sorry, I move it this one. Okay, this one. Okay, what previously, the problem is, this is already correct. What I did is replace this word. Replace, there are some word others, replace the word using ChatGPT. Kan? Replace this word. I use ChatGPT to replace the word, then I copy to paste to replace the existing word. And then also this one. Okay, I replace the word for my student, I copy paste this one. And then I use Turnitin software. What will happen? Replace this is a purple one. Okay, replace is detected. 20% detected by AI. 20%. So what I did, I rewriting the content in my native language. Okay, maybe some of you know or not, and then no problem, not correct and so on. Some with my native language, some is with English and so on. Paper ini menggunakan perkataan ini sesuai. I use my native language, and then later I ask GPT, asking GPT to translate into English. Okay, this paper used projection profile method, which is particularly suitable for detecting and so on. What will happen? AI not detect at all in this paper. That is the strategy. Okay, AI. This is my experiment. Okay, when the student gives, sometimes I help them. Previously there is no problem of replacing, but then Turnitin had the function of the replacing. They can detect the replacing, then I detect. So what we did is now translating this, there's no problem. Okay, so there is no AI detection from this part. Okay. So, artificial intelligence and the future of teaching learning, that is a report from the Ministry of Education in the Office of Educational Technology in the United States. Key point, generative AI can improve various aspects of education, including learning design, personalized content creation, automated feedback, and formative assessment. Teacher can benefit from Gen AI to enhance lesson planning, professional development, and support managing classroom routine. Gen AI can produce hallucination and may reinforce bias if not carefully managed. Okay, that's why we need a human in this part to verify the content of the content of the material that is generated by the AI. They highlight the importance of safeguarding data privacy, minimizing bias, and involving educators in the development and development of AI tools. Cool. So, different that teacher and student may expect in future technologies. Typing, now we can use speaking. AI not only can detect your speaking, but can correct your speaking to the correct grammar and so on. Previously, we are using mouse to click and dragging. Now you just draw, and when I use my iPad, I draw 1 plus 2 or 33 plus 54. Automatic, they will calculate for us. Touching and gesturing. Now we can use analyzing image and video, processing display information and tasks. Now we can assist the students and teachers, sequencing learning activities, planning and adaptive activities, checking student work, and revealing pattern in student work. So we can check the student, but by using AI, we can reveal what the pattern, what type of student and so on by using the AI, by check their work and so on. So output from text to conversion, graphic, annotation and highlighting, multimedia, suggesting and recommendation, dashboard, analyzing and guiding. From no AI is dashboard only, but with AI, they will organize the dashboard and guiding us and do the analysis. Cool. So, a report by McSinkey first suggested that AI initial benefit could be improved teaching job by reducing low-level burden in administrative or clerical works. So, only for lecturer, less than 49% of time is in direct interaction with student. We need in a week 10.5% preparation, and then is a student interaction and engagement 16.5, student well-being skill development 3.5, student coaching 4.5, administration 5.0, professional development 3.0, ability and this one is 6.5. It's all a lot of the clerical job. Okay, so in order to in order to lead, in order to make us visible and so on, the most important thing is time, fast. The second, output. If you give the good output, but it's already expired, there is no use. But the most important thing is first. The second is the output. The first one is must be fast, and then the good output. So we need to be fast. They say your lecture give you, I give you 3 days to finish that one. You can make it finish earlier, but not as the AI to solve the problem, but by using the AI in order to help you to understand the concept. Okay, to what we call is to analogy and so on. Okay? In order to make sure that we understand some points and so on, we are able to analogy the things. Okay, if you can able to analogy to in the different way, means that you understand. But if you are not able to analogy, means that you still remember the points, not understand. That's it. Thank you. Okay. Is there any question regarding to my slide?
Yes. Thank you very much, Professor Sanusi, for interesting presentation. Starting for the history for the AI. For example, in China, they copy, innovate, and then leaders in technology or AI, and then in education sectors, how we can use AI, yeah, to support our activity as student and also as a lecturer. Okay, if you have any question, just write in the chat box, and then I will deliver to Professor Sanusi. At the meantime, we are waiting for the question from student. Can I have question for Professor Sanusi?
Yes, yes, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, one question. In your opinion, which more impacted by AI, the speed of learning or the depth of understanding?
For me, it's understanding. It will help on the understanding. It's much more easier because of they provide the example and also the output, and then they address the key points of the knowledge. Okay, this one is one question from Talha. ChatGPT or DeepSeek? Okay, this is very good question. Actually, I subscribe Gemini, but I feel later then I think, oh, why I subscribe Gemini because of I want the storage of photo. They provide me 2 terabyte space because I like to take a picture and so on. But For programming, I prefer to use DeepSeek. Okay, and ChatGPT. But ChatGPT compared to others, ChatGPT can draw for you image. There are diagram and so on. For me in my field, entity relationship diagram. Okay, they will provide the ERD. Okay, entity or UML class diagram and so on. They generate for me the picture, the image. But in Gemini, they provide the mermaid format. I need to copy and paste to mermaid application in order to generate the UML or the diagram and so on. 2-step. Okay. So, but the second one, I test my lab test. I use ChatGPT to get the answer. I just try. I cannot get the answer. I don't know why. Mungkin not yet. The version is not me. When I put to the ChatGPT, the PDF one, I feel surprised. There are all the answers generated by DeepSeek. But both, like ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek, they have their own advantages. Sometimes for you, maybe you are very suitable by using the representation or explanation by the Gemini. Some of students, they prefer to use. But for me, I use 3.
Yes, thank you, Prof. Sanusi. There is a question from Kervin from Pinus University. Yeah, from your presentation, I gather that many relatively easy or entry-level jobs likely to disappear because of the AI, and also for analytical thinking. The question is, how can do this for the young people to overcome this challenge, given that the job market will become increasing competitive? That should young people start preparing now to be ready for the future workforce?
Okay. Okay. I want to ask about this one. Yes. When for the previous slide, we can see no human at all in producing every 1 minute and 16 seconds car. Then the factory without any light operation 24 hours and so on. Actually, the technology is reducing the part of the many of the operators part. Operators but part 3 to the and so on, the operators part. But for those who have degree and so on, they are a lot. There are a lot of jobs that required intellectual. There are a lot. Don't worry. If you are a university student, you don't worry about job. But if you don't have the degree, then you need to worry. Because this job will soon or later will be taken by the robots. But in order to develop the robot, in order to update the robot, in order to write the functionality of robot and so on, we still need the human to write AI to the AI in order to make sure the robot run as what we need. Because the sensory, the input, the process, it must be interruption by the human to train the AI.
Yes, thank you, Prof. Sanusi. Another question from Aldin from UII, Yogyakarta. Can you tell us, Prof, what is the best way to utilize AI without losing the value of human mindset?
Um, so actually, nowadays we are more on the generative AI. Okay, for common, we are in the East Asia, Southeast Asia. So what we did is we used the uh, these three lah, generative AI and so on. That I mean, I have one program. My staff give me this letter, the text for me to read and so on. After I read one paragraph, I don't want to lose the text. You know why? Because it's not human. It's not human. Then I use my own words. Because of when you read something that not human, wow, it's not you, it's not you. Okay, so for me, as I mentioned before, you can know works either that is generated by AI, and the second one is either is by you, or the third one is by you means that you use AI as well. Okay, it's the generated AI write one text, ceremonial text that have this point A, point B, point C, point D, point P, F in one pages. They will keep for you. Then they will hallucinations. Okay, hallucination. And then the word that used, like some word in AI is like posturing. Okay? There is not common use in Malaysia. It's not common use word by Malaysian. So, this is AI. Understand? Then sometimes for me, yes, I write in my own native language. In Bahasa Melayu, I write and so on, I translate. Then it's humanized. Okay, they will not change the structure of that one. They just change, and then after that, I replace with the English. Oh, they use the very bombastic English. I change the word English to the normal word that the commonly used by Malaysian. Because we write content, we write book and so on, not to the people to impress what the wording you use. Wow, something perplexity and so on that you will not understand. But the purpose of you write the articles, the journal, is want to make sure the people that read your article can 100% understand what is you're trying to say. And then that's why it must be a very short paragraph, very short sentence, is very easy English to make sure people understand.
Yes. Thank you, Prof. Sanusi. I think it is easy for a student with a background like informatics engineering and also information system to understand about the AI. There is question from student with non-computer science student. There is question, how can we learn more about AI? Are there any free courses available, maybe online? Also, if we learn programming using AI tools, would it still be effective and helpful for the beginners?
Okay, the first thing is we don't need
How
to
to?
fully understand in order to start something. Okay, example, when we want to understand some concept, okay, let's say lah, for us, we want to do the to give talk, to give the what we got in Islam, we got tazkirah and so on, to tell someone that is not good to do, that is very good to do. Okay, you don't need to have the degree and in some of the field or AI, but you need the purpose. What is the purpose? Example, If you are from the business, okay, you are from the business, there are two types. The first thing is you start from understand, you move like this one. Okay. Understand, you start from what you want to achieve. If you are not under, if this is the objective you want to achieve, and then the objective require this knowledge, then you go for this knowledge, and then require this knowledge, you go. You are reverse engineering. So let's say in business you want to do. Actually, there are a lot of people using AI in order to forecast the market value. There are a lot of people who are not for computer science. They write the coding to this one because they have the purpose. Let's say if you are in the business, you want to analyze on this one. So you can sometimes you can use AI. So you can study what the topic you want to learn. Then you learn from this one. Then you will be master in this field better than people started from the beginning. This is I understand lah. There are a lot of free course. Means that you put the objective first. For the objective, you go down. Then you will get everything. Because why? For me, the first thing is in computer science, there are a lot of tools. And there are a lot of tools that can assist you. Okay, you don't need to develop the tools. The tools for text to image, and from the image to text, for the speech to text, and so on. It requires thousands of hours to develop. It requires a lot of people to develop. You use the tool, and then after you study, oh, we need another tools. Then if you understand, then you can either you can based on this tool, you study, you just enhance and so on. No need to start from the beginning. Because first, believe me, use any tool available to help you. After there is no tool, then you enhance the tool. If you cannot enhance the tool, you create the tool. That is what the Chinese do. They take everything from the Western, they study, they enhance. They are still not the creator. And China still not the technology creator. They are the technology inventor. Japan, yes. They are from the technology inventor. Now they are become the technology creator. Actually, EV is populated by Tesla. And then from there, and so on, they are lead nowadays by the BYD and from the China company.
And then there is question, I think this is from one of the lecturer, from Pak Triswarno. If a student submits an assignment and they use AI, how can it be checked? And if they use, how can we check that they understand the material we provided?
That's why when we talk about AI, actually we can check the student use AI by using ChatGPT. Sorry, by using Turnitin. What I showed in my slide before, right? Okay. So actually, the most important thing is before we learn the AI, we need to teach the ethic. And then we need to know, to let the student know what is the purpose of the study. If the purpose of the study, submit an assignment, no matter how you solve the problem, then that is wrong. But if you want to study, you want to know the knowledge 100%, you understand that we will be able to help you in the future, especially when you work, then student will use AI as a assistant, not as a 100% source. Because for me, I categorize student to 3 categories. Excellent student, they will feel shame. They will feel shame, is merasa malu. They will feel shame. The answer generated by AI, the excellent student, because they have their pride. I am better than AI. Sometimes they use AI to help them. Then they use, when they understand, they write their own word and so on. This is a very excellent student. They know what they want to do. They know where he or she want to go after this. Excellent student. But the student with no ambition, with no, they cannot foresee the future, just copy and paste in purpose for this one. Then after, that's why they kata bersusah-susah dahulu, bersenang-senang kemudian. Berakit-rakit dahulu, kita
Berenang ke
senang-senang
tepian.
kemudian. Ada sama juga di Indonesia, kan?
Sama.
That's why this student kan, this no vision, no future student, they just copy and paste, and then after that they will, oh, I cannot get a job, oh, I cannot get a job. This is not because of the problem of AI. It's not the problem of the lecturer and not. This is a problem of the themselves as well. Themselves. Okay, means that we cannot decline the AI. Student can use the AI, but in order to make sure the student to understand and so on, the subject, the ethic of AI must be fundamentally emphasized on the curriculum or in the program.
Thank you, Prof. Sanusi.
Yeah.
I have one more question before we end our session. My background is the chemical engineering. How to integrate the chemical engineering curriculum with the AI? Is there any suggestion from you, maybe based on your experience?
Okay, wait, Papa, to embed the curriculum on AI.
Yep.
Okay, the
Yeah,
first
for
thing
the
is,
chemical engineering, for example.
actually nowadays in Malaysia we have artificial intelligence advisory notes. Okay, before the program standard release. Okay, we had the program standard of computing. We had the program standard of engineering. We had the program standard of business and so on. But based on the advisory notes AI, they are two domain. First is a fundamental AI. The second one is applied AI. When the fundamental 50% cover the fundamental of AI, and minimum 30% covered the specific field, like a major minor program. So we can use the concept of, let's say, in the chemical engineering, so we can embed the knowledge of AI. Example, on data analysis for the chemical. And the second one is we can create the syllabus for the analysis of using AI, business intelligence, and so on for the chemical and many things. We can create many subject that is, but the subject must be focused on the end user, near to the end users. The engineering part is already covered by the chemical. And then from the chemical representation, we want to go to end user. This is 30% can be embedded to the chemical program.
Yep. Thank you very much, Prof. Sanusi, for very interesting presentation and discussion this morning. Now we come to the end of the presentation session. I would like to say thank you very much for Professor Sanusi and all participants that joined our session this morning, and with question and comments during the presentation session. And then it is great honor that we will have great applause to our speakers today. From the participant, just please press your reaction button yeah, in the Zoom room, and then just choose the clapping hands emoji. Yeah, once again, thank you very much, Professor Sanusi, and all
Welcome.
participants for this morning session. Yeah, for the next part, the Clarissa will handle like for the photo session and also for the exit ticket. Okay, thank you very much. Now, Clarissa, time is yours.
Thank you so much, Prof. Sanusi, for the valuable knowledge that you shared to us, as well as Mr. Eddie as our remarkable moderator today. We can conclude that using AI will ease us to increase efficiency and productivity of learning process. But do not forget to use it wisely to ease the process, not to use it in a negative way. I hope you guys get a valuable knowledge today. So finally, we've come to the end of today's session. But before ending the session, let's take a photo together. For participants, please open your camera. Please open your camera and give your best style. Okay, so there are 12 slides. So prepare from the first slide. The documentation will start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then slide 2, 3, 2, 1. Slide 3, 3, 2, 1. And then the fourth one, 3, 2, 1. The fifth one, 3, 2, 1. Slide 6, 3, 2, 1. And 7, 3, 2, 1. 8, 3, 2, 1. 9, 3, 2, 1. 10, 3, 2, 1. 11, 3, 2, 1. And last but not least, the 12 slides, 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so last but not least, do not forget to submit the exit ticket to get your e-certificate. Wait, we will share the screen and you can access the ticket from the barcode that we share in screen. Okay, this one. Okay, that's it. I am Clarissa Wijaya. Thank you for joining us today and have a nice day.